So coming back to my mission to heal the world from stress, one person at a time, I want to share some key awareness with you that's going to help you understand how to heal and transform stress. Just see if this resonates, okay? If this speaks to you in some way. So the first thing I want to say is that it's not your fault, okay? When we've experienced stress for most of our life, there's this inherent feeling that I must have done something wrong, or there must be something wrong with me, or there's something I need to fix, I'm not good enough. And often when we're experiencing that stress later on in life, we're constantly trying to deal with life, we're constantly in that struggle. No matter how hard you try, you still feel stressed. And so that feeling of there must be something wrong, or there's something wrong with me, persists. But there's nothing wrong with you, and it's not your fault. And I'll explain why. And this in itself, I hope, is deeply healing. It's very normal that we try and control what's happening around us to prevent more stress. Well, we're simply in that mode of firefighting, of survival. But in order to really heal stress, we have to understand what stress is. It's a pattern that is in here, because no matter how stressful life can be, and life can be stressful, you only experience it as stress if you feel it, if you feel triggered by it. The way that we change that is by addressing what's in here. And it's understanding that stress is something created often very early on in life. It's a pattern, a memory that the body holds that keeps on getting triggered. Because stress is so uncomfortable, we don't want to feel. And so this disconnect that's happened very early on in life continues. We stay in that state of disconnect, whether it's disconnect from what we're feeling, and feeling is so important. It's the most powerful guide to life and to who each of us is. So there's that disconnect from the body, but also from who you are at your core, and from the present moment, which is where you make all your choices and decisions, okay? So this disconnect has a huge impact. And the stress you're experiencing now is no doubt caused by a lack of something in childhood. A lack of connection, a lack of affection, a lack of validation, a lack of consideration, a lack of safety, a lack of support and recognition. And this is why the stress that you're feeling now is not your fault. It's something that you learned very early in childhood, that what I need isn't available. And of course, this isn't something we understand as children. It's something that we learn to adapt around or to suppress. And this is really important, because when something you need that is essential to your well-being and your sense of self isn't available, support, safety, validation, affection, love, the unconditional kind I'm talking about, then we start to suppress what it is we need and what we feel, and we start to suppress our expression of that. We stop expressing ourselves. We stop asking for what it is we need. We stop speaking up. We stop sharing who we are in an authentic sense. And so that disconnect and that lack in early childhood is the origin of the stress that you're experiencing now. And so as we learn to consciously connect with what we're feeling, we're starting to recognize and acknowledge who we are and what we need, because what you feel matters, you matter. And again, it's in that disconnect that we stop feeling safe in who we are. We stop feeling safe in the body, in that connection to what it is we feel, because it's felt so uncomfortable. But it's this way that we start to heal and transform stress. And it's really understanding what stress is and how you're experiencing it personally. It's in this conscious connection that we can start to create core safety, and we can start to build trust, and we can start to, with more awareness, treat ourselves with more kindness and compassion, and let go of that idea that there's something wrong or there's something that you need to fix. There's nothing you need to fix, okay? And again, it's not your fault. And it's bringing this awareness in as you consciously connect with what you're feeling, that is so healing, okay? And there's nothing you need to do. It's this awareness that is so powerful, and the connection, that conscious connection that is so healing. One more thing I can add, because stress, the disconnect that we experience, it's also a lack of consistency in the way that we can show up for ourselves because of that need to constantly firefight or hold things together or prevent more stress. We're in that pattern of reactivity, which means that it's very difficult to be consistent in the way that we show up and connect. The hypervigilance that stress, chronic stress, creates. And so it's a consistency in this conscious connection and bringing in all of this key awareness about where the stress came from, where it originated, that lack of something in childhood and the disconnect it caused between you and what you feel and your core self and your authentic expression. And this is so deeply healing. So if you're interested, if this resonated with you, if you felt that this spoke to you in some way, I share what I've learnt and the process, and there's a consistency, it's a daily connection. And I share what I've learnt, what's helped me heal, in a short video and a guided audio exercise. And it's over the course of 6 weeks to build that foundation, to reconnect with who you are at your core, to what you feel, and to what your body is showing you, to help you understand what it is you're experiencing, what stress is, and how you're experiencing it in a very unique way. So, as always, I hope this has been helpful. I'd love to hear your experience. And again, if you're interested in exploring this, all the information is in the description box. I'm here to help and to share what I've understood and to heal the world from stress, one person at a time. So thank you for being here. And as always, I look forward to seeing you in the next post.